Good morning, YouTube. It's been a little while, has it not? The last time you saw me, I was in London. I'd moved to London, but I'll go into that shortly. Firstly, let me just introduce this vlog and welcome you back. So today is going to be a little bit of a day in the life of off season. I'm in my off season at the moment. If you don't know what off season is, it's just a building phase, right? So it's just a phase of putting muscle on. As we all know, I competed last year and now we are preparing for moving forwards from that, which I'll go into later in the vlog because that was actually one of my questions on my Q&A. So today is going to be a little bit of a day of what I'm doing at the moment in my building phase. We're going to go to the gym. We've got a nice juicy glute day. So if you want a new glute day routine, I have got a corker for you today. So stay tuned. Now, let's backtrack a little bit, right? I think that's the most important place to start. The last vlog I did, I just moved to London and I was all excited and I was like, yes, this is what I'm doing. And a couple of things changed. Let's just keep it really simple. My partner was planning to move to London with me. That was always the plan. That was the idea that I went down with. When I got there, after a couple of weeks of being there, it started to turn out that work-wise for him, it was working out a lot more beneficial to stay in Coventry. He'd had a promotion. He was going self-employed. Loads of different reasons that just pointed him towards staying in Coventry. We had a little bit of a decision to make at that point because I don't really do anything in London other than enjoy being there. I'm a bit of a nomad. I move around a lot. I've always done that. I've lived in London before. Like, you know, I do get the itch when I'm stuck in one place. But London was costing me a lot of money, even after just being there for a couple of months. I was like, I forgot what this is like with recent inflation. And I just needed to make that sacrifice to come back for him. He's made a lot of sacrifices for me. So it was one of those things. I really did get what I needed out of London though. At that point where I went, I desperately just needed a break. If you've seen my post show, you know, I talk a lot about it, but after the show, after my competitions last year, I needed fresh headspace. I needed a way. I needed out of a couple of environments that I was in. I knew that I was being dragged down in a lot of areas, and yeah, I'm glad that I went. It really gave me a fresh headspace to come back with. And to be honest, since being back in Coventry, I'm saving so much more money. I'm falling into a nice routine, and yeah, we're moving from there. So at the moment for me, I'm really focused on business at the moment, my clients, Maximise Coaching on Instagram, if you don't already know. Yeah, so just a lot of work's going into the business at the moment. I have Mo the coach, Erin. I've got quite a big team at the moment, so we're just really focusing down on that at the minute. I'm really enjoying it. That was something after competing that, to be honest, I did find hard, especially running your own business and being maybe mentally not in the best place, but I've been really in a good spot with it recently, and I've got a lot of exciting things happening in the next couple of months. So that's been my sole focus. And then, of course, I'm still, you know, bodybuilding. Before I had no major set plans, but over the past month or so, you know, I've been back with my coach and we've been working through things. I'm really enjoying this building phase. So yeah, we're going to get into it today. What I'm going to do today now is I've just got up, I've had a coffee outside. I'm going to have my meal one. I'm just going to have a smoothie. It's the hottest day of the year so far right now, so I don't know why I've decided to film a YouTube. Guys, if you can see my eyes, it's hay fever. I've run out of Fexfenadine. So please excuse me in the gym because it's 1,000,000 degrees. And even though my new gym, the Personal Touch, has fans, it's so hot. So don't expect any pretty training content today, but you're still going to get it anyway. Yeah, it's so hot right now. It is about 8 a.m, so it's actually nice and chill. But we're going to have meal one. Then we're going to get to the gym. Whilst I'm letting my meal one go down, I'm going to meal prep. We're going to do that as well. Then we're going to go to the gym. Then we're going to head home. We're going to do some client work. I'm going to give you a little bit of insight into the business. We're going to do some check-ins. And then I've got physio tonight. There's a whole host of problems going on within me right now. So we'll go through that later. And then tonight, I think I'm going to go, it's ladies' night at the spa. And one of my clients works at Lloyd's, and he used to have a membership, but I cancelled it because it's extortion. But she can get me in tonight. So I think we're going to go to ladies' night as well. I'm going to show you my meals throughout the day. You're going to get it all, so stay tuned. So meal one at the minute is blended because I've been going to the gym earlier. Now I've changed that round. I used to go to the gym in the middle of the day, but just found it really, really hard to focus on work once I'd got the gym to think about. So now I get the gym out of the way nice and early, and then I can focus on the rest of the day. So I just do about 100 grams of banana. You know what? That's pretty much bang on, 102. And then I do just 30 grams of oats. And then I just do 30 grams of whey. I usually use apple strudel, but today I'm going to use stracciatella. Where is the scoop? Oh my God, you know when it won't tip? Come on. Okay. And then today I'm going to do sliced peaches because it keeps it nice and cold. I posted these in I actually have a free WhatsApp group chat, which I'm going to link below, a nutrition support community, and it is amazing. There's about 45 women in it and we share nutritional tips. It's so good. I'll put the link in the bio, but I got these from Farm Foods. They're so cheap, so much frozen fruit, and they keep and it lasts, and it's so much cheaper, so I highly recommend that. Just put, I'm kind of flexible with the peach, but I don't like too much volume in this meal, so let's just go 75. And then I put in some chia seeds and some flax seeds. I just do a tablespoon of each of these. Sorry, not a tablespoon, a teaspoon. That size. Just to help with fibre. And then I do some kefir. About 120 ml. So while we drink that, I'm now going to prep up some chicken. I'm just going to weigh the chicken, see how much I've got, and then divide it by days. I usually have 150 gram for lunch, just with rice and plenty of salad. So I'm going to get the chicken prepped. I've already got some microwave rice just for ease, and then we'll portion it out. Just some carb for drawing training, an intra. It's very, very hot today, so I definitely am going to have this with some Hydroflow. I'm going to have 20 grams. And then we've also got Hydroflow from Conte. I love this stuff. I'm going to put a scoop of that in as well. It's just electrolytes. This one's 0 calorie. I love the electrolytes from ESN. They're just higher in calorie. And I've also run out. So got those two. And then some fresh water. I always do this pre-training because it just takes a little bit for the lumps to kind of dissolve, so do it before I go, and that will keep me going whilst I'm training. So here I've prepped up 3 days of just some chicken and rice for lunch. I work from home, but I still prep my lunch in advance like I'm not in the house, because it is a luxury to be able to cook from fresh, and I just do not have time for that luxury. So I make the sacrifice. Chicken and rice is not, you know, my most favourite thing, but it does the job. It's nice. I season it and have some salad with it. I know it hits my macros, and then I just don't have to think. Sometimes we can be overwhelmed with decision fatigue, things to think about, trying to create nice new meals every day and keep it fun and fresh. And I think a big realisation when it comes to your goals sometimes is that, like, it isn't always fun, exciting, delicious food. Sometimes it is just getting some chicken and rice prepped, having some salad and ticking the boxes, as opposed to constantly always being driven by the food needing to be delicious. I'm very much on both sides of the scale. I have to have some meals throughout the week that I thoroughly enjoy, that I cook from fresh and that I love. Tend to do that for my dinners. Lunch, breakfast is easy, quick ticks for me, and I like that balance, and that's what I recommend to my clients. We have some meals where it's just bum, 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 it's done, we know what we're doing. And then we have other meals throughout the week where we can take our time to cook it fresh and enjoy it. And that for me is a great balance when it comes to enjoyment, food enjoyment, and actually hitting my goals. Right, no more babbling, off to the gym we go. Okay, so we're just on the way to the gym now. My session today is glutes and a bit of delts. Bikini, what can you expect? I've got line hamstring curl, glute push down, cable pull through, then I've got glute drive, and then abductor, and then crucifix lat raises to finish off. So it's a very glute dominant day. Not that that makes much of a change from the other 2 leg days of the week, which are also glute dominant, but this one is more isolation glute work than my other days. So it's going to be boiling hot in the gym today. I'm ready, but I'm not ready. I'm going to get an ice cold Monster when I get there, and I've got my Intra drink with me as well. So whilst I'm on the way there, I got 2 good questions when I posted a poll yesterday to say that I was filming today, and I'm going to answer both those questions. So the first one was, do you have any further competitive plans? Yes, I do. The plan is 2027. Now, I've been reluctant to say that because, you know, one thing I've realised in bodybuilding is things change. I was meant to compete this year, but that didn't go to plan. I could compete this year, but could I bring an improved look that I feel proud of? No, and that's really important to me. I've got no intention of bringing a look that I don't think, yes, I've put a shift in with that. That's an improvement on last year. I felt like could have gone this year, but with minimal improvements from last year, minimal, and I don't want to bring the same look twice. Not at this point in my career, like my bodybuilding career, I suppose. You know, I'm new to the sport, right? Even though I won a pro card, so I feel to bring the same look, you know, that's not where we're at in our journey. We're not at the Olympia, do you know what I mean? We're trying to bring better, we're trying to bring bigger, more muscle. I've got a lot more muscle I can bring, especially to the glutes, you know. These babies can grow for years and years and years to come. So yeah, I think next year is going to be the plan. We're going to compete in PCA Pro League, and then we are also going to dive into NPC a little bit more next year, which is going to be fun. I've been doing the poses, and do you know what? Initially I was like, NPC, this is not for me. Like, this does not look good on me. But now that I've had a bit more practice and tweaked some things, I'm actually feeling a lot better about them, and I'm actually starting to get excited because I do feel that they quite suit me now that I'm getting into it. So that's going to be exciting. So that was question 1, and that is my competitive plans. The other question I got was, where do I see myself in 5 years? And this proper threw me through a loop, this question, because I thought, where do I want to be? You know, like, I sort of know in my head, but how would I answer that? For me, it really is just, I suppose everybody knows this by now, but I've not been quiet about the fact that I've struggled with mental health my whole life, and I'm getting I'm getting there with it, and I'm feeling so much better. And I think in 5 years for me, it really is just about being at a place where I just feel completely at peace and completely confident and comfortable in myself, in my business, in my life. And I put a lot of weight, and this is something I know is wrong, because I had a call actually with an amazing mindset coach, Jamie Parker. She's called Coach Jamie Parker on Instagram. Anyway, if you need any mindset coaching, she is amazing. And we just had a big chat about this, and she said, you know, it was evident that I've got a lot of attachment to my business being my marker for my success and my purpose. So, you know, I could answer that question and say, oh, well, in 5 years, I want a successful business, and that's really my most important. I want to help as many women as possible. I want to have a big team, you know, and that is true, but I'm trying not to say that, because I think it's also really important, like she said, and I completely agree, your whole value, your self-purpose and your self-worth isn't just based on your business, your self-employment, right? So I just want to be at peace, I want to be happy, I want to have a purpose, and I want to be abundant, whatever that is right now. We don't know what's around the corner, right? I just know that I'm going to get there, and it doesn't matter what form that comes in. I just have the belief and the confidence that I'm going to get there, I'm going to be happy, I'm going to be peaceful, and I'm going to feel purpose in my life. And yeah, that's where I see myself in 5 years. Whoa, that was deep. Did I just get a bit deep there? Okay, let's do something, well, I was going to say less deep, but maybe equally as deep. Let's go and train some glutes. Okay, so we are back from the gym and re-showered. Such a good session. It was like a great temperature. It was warm, but it wasn't crazy hot. I love training in that kind of condition. I feel like I get the best pump. I don't mind a sweat. I like a sweat. So we're back. I need some quiet time. This is one thing I always used to do, and it used to really ruin my work, was just rush around, like eat, start working, like, whoa, Lulu. And that's something I've really tried to apply just in my life in general recently. It's like, why am I rushing around so much? That's what's causing my dysregulation. So we're getting regulated this year. So I've got the chicken and rice that I made this morning. It did occur to me when I heated this up that I could have just done it now, but being over prepared is always a good thing. So I'm going to watch a little bit of telly, eat this in peace, and then we are going to get on to client check-ins for the day, as it's Thursday, which is one of my two check-in days. So busy afternoon upcoming. This is brilliant, isn't it? Just what every online coach wants. A completely frozen screen where I can't even restart it. Okay, what was I doing then? Okay, let's try that. Oh no, it's not responding. The same every week is great, because if it's the same every week, we know that it's working. Because if it wasn't, then I'd have to be changing things and, you know, mixing it about, which kind of saying things I would say to you that I haven't said yet, which I'm like, yes, because then I know that the pin's dropping, that you're actually understanding it. You get the thumbs up, and when you get that thumbs up, you then can step forwards with confidence. Whereas sometimes if you're training on your own and you think, oh yeah, this is kind of right, like it feels right, you never really get that confidence of going, this is 100% right, I know what I'm doing, and then I can send it with weight. So check-ins are done. I'm just currently filming from my new walking pad, and it's the best walking pad I've ever had. I've had a couple, but actually my partner bought it for me. I really spent out on this one, and you can run on it and everything. Not that I have any intention of doing that, but it's really good. It's really quiet. So apologies, digression. Check-ins are done. I've got physio next, and by God, do I need it. I've got hip issues and trap issues, all of it. So we've got Reese coming, RG Sports Therapy, amazing. I've used him since before my prep. I got him from my coach, and he is just the best. He knows me inside out, and it's been a while since I've seen him, so we're going to catch up and do that with him. I was going to the spa tonight, but my boyfriend has decided to throw a curveball and see if I want to go for a Nando's and to watch Toy Story 5. Now I'm debating this because I won't be having an off plan this weekend, because my partner's away, so I'll just be eating on plan because it's just me, so I can track it in. And I mean, I will attempt to track tonight anyway. I always do want to go to Nando's because they've got the database, so it will give me like a rough number, but I'm thinking, do I take up his offer? But that was not my plan for the vlog. And I've also got food prep for tonight, but I am thinking I can eat this tomorrow night. He's thrown a right spanner into this vlog, but I thought, do you know what? In true off-season style, this is where you get your flexibility. This is where you get your opportunities to like have more off plans, and it'll still be my only one of the week. So let's see what I decide, whether I decide to go to the spa on my own, the ladies' night, or whether I decide to go to Nando's. Anyway, I've got a good hour on here because my steps are still at 10k in my off season, which is good. Keeps condition nice. Everybody goes wrong by dropping all their steps when they're building, because that's where you lose condition and don't feel the best. So I'm going to be on here for a good hour. It's 3 o'clock now, and I've got a good hour until physio comes, so I'm going to pretty much stay on here the whole time. As you can see, I'm sweating. It's absolutely roasting. I haven't even attempted the outdoors today. So yeah, let's do this. So rehab done, so needed. I am so broken at the minute. As I said, hips, traps, the lot, but got my rehab, feeling much better, and it worked up an appetite. I've caved. Me and my boyfriend are going for a Nando's. We're not going to do Toy Story 5 though. I haven't told him this yet, but
no, why?
We're not, because we will at the weekend.
Oh.
But I want to have a decent day today, and I know if I go to the cinema, I've got more food to eat after Nando's, and then I'm not going to be able to like track and figure it out at the cinema. But we did start Creed 2 last night, and we'll watch that. So that's the plan, and then I can get some. I've got some bits at home, and I can get some bits from Tesco to manage. So off plan, should we say, wasn't my plan for today, but this is the joy, because I do track my macros in an off season. Obviously Nando's, you're never going to get it bang on, so people say, oh, I'm tracking in a Nando's, right? And we can never get that right. If you have coleslaw, let's say, or chips, like, there may be guidance around what that portion size is, but the likelihood is they've just chucked it on. Like, we don't know how much is actually there, so be very careful about using it as like gospel, Bible, but we can get a good idea, right? It can give us a better idea of what a chicken butterfly would be macro wise in comparison to chicken wings, right? It can give us a better idea on macros and give us a rough number. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to track it in now. The good thing is I've got plenty of food left for today. Since you saw me eat that chicken meal, I have had a squares bar and a banana added into that. I did get a bit carried away with work, but then I knew about 2 hours ago that I was coming to Nando's, and Nando's is a great macro tracked in meal, but it is actually, it's high in calorie, so just be aware. That being said though, it's a great choice. Chicken, veg, carb, it's good for that kind of setup, so we rinse it. We have it all the time, don't we? Weekly off plan, mate. We love it. So I'm gonna have that, and then see where I'm at food wise, get what I need, and then we're going to pop home. So I'll show you a couple more bits from this evening, but generally I'm going to pretty much round up the vlog here. So here was the little day in my off-season average online coaching day. Plenty more vlogs to come. I commit to being consistent now, so please let me know below if there's anything you want to see from me. I'm going to get more creatives. We're not just going to do day in the life, but I always feel to get me back in, day in the life is always a good entry. So yeah, I will see you very soon.